Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Different setting today. Just came to nature to record this video. And I forgot my tripod, or I thought I didn't need it. But it's fine, we're here. What I want to talk about today is fairly linked to rejection, fairly linked to not taking rejection as a negative thing, but a way to reflect back to yourself of how things, what does life mean to you, what do you value in yourself. And although in my life personally I've experienced a lot of rejection from jobs, rejections from people, and I stood out and thought about myself in a way what was so negative, and I made that mean something about me. I made that rejection or, whatever someone said mean something about me. And that really took a toll on me, because then I would question myself, I would doubt myself. I would question why even things happened the way it did, and how could I have changed it. One thing I want you to know about rejection is that you got to feel the fear. You got to feel what's happening and what's going on. You got to experience that level of depth of connection with yourself, to let go of beliefs and ideas about who you should be. And in journey of life, you must remember one thing. You're always supported and guided by the things that matter to you and whatever you believe in. I don't know if you can hear the rain or if my mic catches the sound of the rain, but it's definitely beautiful. In those moments of transformation, in those moments of coming out to a different state of different opportunities, learning about yourself in those challenges are the most beautiful things you can encounter. Because life without those challenges wouldn't really push you, and life continues to challenge me in ways I haven't expected, or ways I haven't even challenged myself to think forth, or even, consider that there is a different path, that there is a different opportunity. But if we block ourselves from experiencing the beautiful things that are already happening, and ways that life is bringing forth things to let us reach to that level, we'll never really truly understand the meaning of life and the meaning of what we're doing. And in moments of rejection, what I quite remind myself of it's really not about me, it's not personal, it's not about the things that I did, or it's not about the things that happen. Sometimes people don't like you. And whether it's a family member, whether it was at work, whether it was a friend, it's just so normal for us to experience that. And it's normal that we go through those challenges, because that's where we learn the most about ourselves. And I continue to learn, I continue to explore and discover things that make sense to me, rather than what does someone think about what I am experiencing or what I'm thinking. And things come your way for you to experience a different level of understanding about what's going on, and especially about the importance of knowing yourself. There are parts in life where you're like, I don't even know where I'm headed. I don't even know where I'm walking. But leaning back to faith and trusting in your internal guides, trusting in things that matter to you, trusting in life's unfoldings, trusting in whoever you believe in, God, God, universe, or and whatever faith you're in, whatever religion you're following. But remember that rejection doesn't mean anything unless you make it mean something about you. If someone said no to something, if someone denied your services, if someone doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, it's not because you are not worthy, it's not because you're not enough, it's not because you couldn't do that job, but it's not meant for you. When one thing is not meant for you, it doesn't mean that other opportunities don't matter. Other opportunities don't or could not make a difference. So it's in your willingness to go look out for things that truly matter. It's in that ability and confidence to be like, yes, things didn't work out, but how can I make it work? And what are some opportunities out there for me that I'm not willing to see because I haven't tried, I haven't stepped, and not leaning into the courage that we have. So a part of why people are really scared and really, denying things that are important to them, denying things that could open up different possibilities, is because they don't have the courage to step in. They don't have the courage to face themselves. If you're someone who's never experienced rejection, which I really doubt, because at some point everyone who experiences rejection or goes through things that makes them feel they're not good enough. And if that's you watching, you're not alone in it. And a way to reframe your mind and to consider what's happening is not why did that happen to me, and was I not good enough? There are some things people are good at and you're not good at, and the opposite way. Instead of trying to blame yourself, instead of trying to shame yourself, it's a very negative state. I thought I saw an animal. Hopefully not. Sometimes they would be coyotes, but I don't have a feeling that they're here now. Sometimes in the winter they pop up, but fingers crossed. So in those moments is when we get to appreciate, and in this life I'm learning to embark this journey, and the more I'm diving into practices such as yoga or any practices that really ground me, doesn't matter what someone thinks that I'm doing, probably it wouldn't make sense to them, but if you don't have the courage to step into your potential, no one has the courage to come and show you your potential, or no one has that point of view similar to your point of view. Maybe someone sees something that you're not able to see because fear is blocking you, fear is stopping you, and you're letting that come forth when you want to create the life you want, but you think you can't because of many things and obstacles and so many things that come up, right? What most people are stuck in is that they keep talking about things, talking about their problems, and they're looking at people to show them what they're struggling with, when we are needing moments of silence. Can we sit? Can you sit with yourself to reflect, to rediscover, to know? And this is how life taught me, or this is what life taught me about moving to places and really discovering my path and creating my path, although it's difficult. And I get emotional talking about this because so many things I've experienced is my choices, and because of things that I did, because of things that I were seeking. But I'm not saying it from a place of hate. I'm saying it because I know that deep down those things really matter, and if it weren't the case, if it weren't truly happening, I wouldn't really be here talking about such powerful lessons that I either ways wouldn't have discovered it if I didn't ever face any challenges. Think about your life. When you have challenges in your life, what would you do? What do you lean on? Do you sabotage yourself? Do you talk negatively? And when I'm reading about people who are with low self-esteem and they don't like themselves, they feel like they don't matter, they feel like they're not anything because of things that people tell them. That's what's affecting most people in life, is what someone is saying about me. Are they talking negatively, and is there people that don't like me in life? Well, if you don't really create this relationship with yourself, you're never gonna have a great relationship with other people, because it really stems, or it really comes from how you treat yourself and how you speak to yourself every single day. Just a few minutes ago, an hour ago, there was this huge challenge in my life that I won't go in detail, but something that happened, and I just completely shattered and was broken down. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know, how I can talk to myself to calm myself. This is why I went for a walk and just moving my energy, and taking a few deep breaths could do a lot, even if we underestimate how powerful it can be. One thing you gotta take care, or 3 things you gotta take care of: your mind, what you're feeding in, what you're listening in, what you're feeling in, what you are constantly receiving. What are you receptive to? And 2 is your body. How are you treating your body? Are you moving it? Are you nourishing it with good food? 3rd is what does your soul feel like? Are you doing things that are important to you? Are you doing things that matter to you? Are you doing things that fuel your soul without having any expectations, or being like, I need something in return? If these 3 things are not being taken care of, I'm pretty sure you're going to break down so easily, because you haven't developed that resiliency. And sometimes, even if you're someone who's tough, or someone who's, have this strength and this courage, it doesn't mean you won't break down and cry. It doesn't mean that you won't have days where you're like, I cannot do this. I want to give up right now. But the next day is the day where you got to create the difference. The next day is the day of change. The next day is when you're like, I'm done with this, and I feel like I was playing small. I was doing things from a place of fear and scarcity, and I was really dependent on the views of others and what they view, what they say, what they see, and how they feel about my presence. Care about your energy and protect your energy regardless of what someone feels about you, because that's not your responsibility. It's not on you to fix, to control, to change anyone and how they feel about you. I've done that, and I experienced so much pain in my life that I'm like, why am I giving myself for people that don't really care about me? Why would I give myself and why would I give my energy to people that don't value my time, that don't value my energy, that are stepping onto my boundaries knowing that I'm a kind person? I'm not saying that you can be kind, but you can also have boundaries and stand on what you believe in. There are people that do take advantage of your kindness. There are people who do take advantage of you being accepting of things which you shouldn't be accepting of in the beginning. If something is bothering you, if something matters to you, and you're like, it's actually not making sense right now, and I feel like this person is stepping onto my circle, my bubble, I won't let that happen. And it's really your responsibility to see that for yourself. This is why having this observant mindset of, I'm going to observe what's happening. I don't have to be in every experience. Let's say that 2 people are having conversation. You don't really have to be in it to experience the conversation or be part of it. Being part of it also means you can listen, just listen. You can write some notes, and then you can reflect. So because I'm an introvert, and although I don't like to identify myself or put labels, I am more of an introvert than an extrovert. But doesn't mean I cannot talk to people. Introverts can speak well. Introverts are really smart and have so much thoughts in their heads that when they speak, they're so loud. Loud, not in the sense of their tone or their voice, but loud in their words and what they speak and their wisdom. I shut that down for years, but I'm not doing that anymore because I value myself. I value what I say. If someone doesn't value that, it doesn't mean I'm going to have to not value what I say. Something makes sense to someone doesn't mean it's going to make sense to me, or vice versa. So my point of this video is really coming from a broken place, but a place where I'm like, it's enough. It's enough that people are suffering because of others. When you think of all human suffering, where does it come from? From people. From betrayals, rejections, not speaking their truth, relying on someone so much they're willing to betray themselves. Doing what society tells them, and then they end up feeling resentment towards themselves. So with feeling this lightness in your heart, what does it feel like to live from that place? What does it feel like to decide something and stand on it? Whether or not someone is going to accept you the way you are. If someone is denying something or pushing you away because you expressed yourself, that's not on you to fix. And that's not your place to be in then. You have to change your community, you have to change the place and the people you're surrounded with. Does it mean that what you said or felt don't matter? They're just not your people. And you have to learn to accept that. Because I learned to accept that the hard way. And in this age of 20 I do challenge myself every single day to come out of my comfort zone. Not every single day. Even sometimes while I'm filming this video, I'm like, is there anybody watching me? And I'm like, who cares? I don't want to really swear here and use words that are not aligned with myself. Even if they came, hi, how you're doing? So I had to learn to become comfortable in front of the camera. I have to learn to become comfortable to speak loud or low. I don't have to speak loud for you to feel the energy. I don't have to speak loud or to wear, shiny clothes or things that really make me look bold. I'm just bold because I have a truth, I believe in it, and I stick by it. And I'm not going to sacrifice that for anything else. It's a muscle you gotta build. If you're someone who cares about what people think, it's a muscle you gotta learn to master. It's a muscle you gotta learn to train. If you're not training that muscle, you'll never grow out of it. And it's okay to be an introvert. It's okay to be someone who has so many thoughts, but you don't vocalize it. Maybe you're someone who writes the thoughts, like I do. I'm a person who loves to write everything down. And when I speak, I'm like, I don't feel like it's clicking, because when I'm writing, I just go with the flow of the words and I'm present with every word that I write or type. And that's my gift. So what is your gift? And everyone has it. If you're thinking and listening to this, if you're listening to this and thinking, I don't have a gift, well, you actually do, but you're just never silent and by yourself to actually discover that. When was the last time you were by yourself asking these questions? Nobody wants to reflect. No one wants to sit and ask because they're waiting for someone to give them the answers. And I'm like, well, those answers don't just come to you. They don't knock at your door and be like, hey, this is what you got to do. You got to go and explore and see that for yourself. The more you're going to wait, you're just waiting for the wrong opportunities. You're just waiting for things that are going to elevate and make your life happen. But you got to make your life happen in every way possible. But anyways, after all this talk. I really hope this resonated. Give me a thumbs up and comment down below what resonated and what you're going through in life. I know and trust that you'll always be supported, and if you're interested to dive deep into that, I do offer one-on-one coaching calls to discover yourself and ways that you can unleash that truth in you, because that's all I talk about: authenticity and how to be your best self regardless of what others think of you. If you are someone who is overthinker, an introvert, and you feel like that you don't matter, what you say don't matter, then this is the right place for you. You can book that call. I'll put it in the link in the description below. The link will be there for you, and you can schedule a call anytime during the days I have on. And for free resources, I do have my Linktree and also my podcast, which I really go talk about these topics in depth. And without further ado, I will talk to you guys in my next video. And share this video if you think it resonated or it's going to help someone, whether it's a family member or friend. Really appreciate your support. I do read your comments, though. Thanks for all the support and love. And I appreciate you watching till here. It matters so much. Without you guys, I think this wouldn't be possible, because I really try to put out things that are going out in the world and what I'm just seeing, observing in myself and also other people that I'm talking to. Live with love, live with truth.